AM 970 WSTX.
All right, it's Thursday. Great, fantastic, outstanding, just plain excellent Thursday, and you're with Reflections here with Doug Canton. I want to say good morning. I want to follow up with something. You called me the other day. We were talking about the ADA bathrooms and a situation. Okay, I want to give an update report. Okay?
Right. You want me to hang up and listen?
No. I want you to listen. Listen, I had to go to the Department of Finance building last week, the end of last week. And so I went there, I did the business I had to do, and when I came out, in passing by the ADA bathrooms, I just said, let me check and see if it's still locked. And guess what? They're open now. Okay?
Tell people what's the meaning of ADA.
American with Disabilities Act. It is there to protect us, to make sure we are more inclusive for everyone. Okay? So now, apparently the word has gotten through to folks that what was being done was discriminatory and otherwise illegal. And
so you made it open, you said?
And so, yes, they're open, meaning now when you go in there, they're accessible.
You see? Okay? Conversation brings solutions.
Hey, but I hear they catch some licks even from the ADA coordinator when she find out what was going on, because this don't make no sense, and we shouldn't have to be fighting for what is basic human rights.
So you mean prior to that it was locked down, and people who would have a disability problem, a physical problem or whatever, wouldn't be able to use it?
Well,
and they're not getting to use any other one because sometimes they don't give you the ones in the office to use, you know.
Well, let me tell you, the other ones aren't ADA compliant. So giving you the other one don't make no sense. So anyhow, we're going to WAPA next. Okay?
All right. Thank you. I'll be listening.
We'll be dealing with them doors and the lack of a ADA compliant bathroom.
Okay.
All right, we're going to them.
You're going to WAPA next. I thought you meant to go to talk about WAPA.
No.
You mean to say you're going to them to check to see if they're ADA compliant?
I know they're not.
So that people who are physically handicapped or whatever, because some people already work all the years and contribute and work, and they become handicapped maybe later in life, and that is not nice and fair to them. That's not how we treat our people. We look out for each other.
We have to measure by the least of us. Okay, and we can't just be comfortable because it's okay with us. Okay.
Well, when you go before Jesus Christ, what he said, anything you did to the least of these, you did it to me.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, you have a good one.
Okay, you do too. Okay, take care. All right. All right, folks. You know, in a sense, the things that I'm speaking of when I talk about ADA access and ADA compliant bathrooms, the fact of the matter is, once upon a time, I used to work for the place everybody loved to hate, okay? And people, whenever I said that, when somebody asks me where I work, and I tell them that, and they watch me strange, I said, think about it. Well, back in them days, you know, the place that everybody loved to hate was WAPA. Some people still love to hate it, but I'm not staying in that vein. I want to be on the positive side, because about 2.5 years ago, under the previous administration, an ADA assessment was required. Okay, it had to be required because agencies weren't going to do it just because it was the right thing to do. It had to be required, and we had someone who was over them with a bullwhip that if they didn't do it, they'd have to answer to the governor, and so they did it. And WAPA did it. So 2.5 years ago, WAPA knew that a wheelchair requires 33 inches, but their front door is two 28-inch doors, which means that if you roll up in a wheelchair, then you have to take both your hands and open both the doors and then figure out how you're going to propel yourself inside. Okay? Then, so what, came out the right on the other side. ICC, they're right over there. Innovative. You go up there, the door open automatic for you. You don't have to be going through all this thing where somebody have to come and help you with a door. Okay? And so again, the least of us, we have to look at it in that context, because ADA is not just for those people who happen to be born with a disability. You can become disabled at any stage and point in your life. You can't wait on that to appreciate the need that exists now. Okay, but let's say you're in that wheelchair and you make it inside and you're standing in line there waiting to take care of your bill, or you just reach inside and for some reason Mother Nature says, hey, I think you need to make a stop. Well, the fact of the matter is, if you're in a wheelchair, you out of luck. You cannot get into the bathrooms there if you're in a wheelchair. You will have to get out of that wheelchair. Okay? We had a motorized vehicle that was narrower than a wheelchair, and that motorized vehicle got stuck trying to get into the bathroom that they have there. And we had to manhandle it and lift it out. Okay? Now, I'm just saying this is 2.5 years ago. So they know, okay? The facilities manager all the way up to the top, the chief financial officer, the chief operating officer, the executive director, now acting the executive director, they all know. But somehow or the other, they don't want to die. And I tell people that this is a message. The message that they are sending 2.5 years later is that if you have a disability, don't come to WAPA. That's what they're saying. Because if 2.5 years later, they still don't have an automatic opening door, they still don't have a bathroom that accommodates people with special needs according to the ADA law, that's willfulness as far as I'm concerned. And if it ain't willfulness, it's the kind of situation where people, because maybe they don't have someone that has special needs in their family who feels it, knows it. So for them, it doesn't matter. Anyhow, folks, as you could tell, I'm getting started up. I'm getting hot, as it'll say, okay? And I don't want to get thrown off track, but we have to stay on track because it's a navigative bridge we got to cross. When I was driving through Frederickstead the other day, it was fantastic seeing all the places marked in blue for ADA, all of the sidewalks that have these ramps built into them now where they didn't have them before. All right? Now, we have to think in these terms of taking care of everybody. You come to Christianstead now, and you see they're putting up all of these pretty looking street lights around the place, right? Well, where they put the street light? Right on the corner of a sidewalk, obstructing the space for a wheelchair to be able to go up onto the sidewalk. And it ain't just one area where that is a problem. What are we thinking about? We want to be pretty and forget about function? There's a saying, a very simple saying among designers and anyone who's wise enough to pay attention: form should follow function. What the thing is supposed to do is more important than how pretty it look. So we got these street lights that obstructing wheelchair access on the sidewalk. We're going backwards. Okay? And I won't keep talking about these things because somewhere along the line, I believe, I have faith that they got somebody there in that administration and going to say, hey, this is ridiculousness, man. Okay? And let's do something about it and educate the public in the process as to what we're doing.
AM 970 WSTX.